Okay, well, there we go. At least we're recording. Hi, everyone. Wave to the crowds, wave to the crowds, everyone. Okay, well, welcome. It's July. Hello, July. I don't know what it's like the 8th or something. What date is it? Gosh, it's 9th. So that's what happens in the summertime sometimes, right? You just are having so much fun. And we had such a long holiday weekend, I feel like. Well, I did anyway, because we had company in town and all of that. You just get lost in the days. But here we are. It's Tuesday, July 9th. So I hope everybody had a great weekend, 4th of July, Independence Day. You celebrated our freedoms in this country, which are so just beyond a privilege and a gift for us and an honor. So we didn't have a call last week because we wanted to just honor everybody's family time and time to celebrate that. And so today I get to host, and we've got some great team members on today to share with you some of the really green light activities. Like they're the most important things that we do. And those are events and adding people to your team. And so I'm gonna just go ahead and mute Jess. Hey Jess, how are you? Good to see you. If you're not
Oh,
muted, go ahead.
sorry.
That's okay, no worries. So two of the summer challenges that are happening right now. So events and adding dream team members are two of the highest payoff activities that we can do. We can attend, we can invite people into our team in this community, which we all know is amazing, right? And those two things will pay us off over and over and over again. And it just so happens that those are the two challenges that the company has invited us into this summer. So the summer challenge with the events, 120 and 120. I know we've well surpassed that, and as a company as a whole. But there are some really fun challenges for us personally when we go to JP Live. And JP Live is our big rock event that really where we see the big vision. So I hope that you all have that on your calendar for September 12th through the 14th. I'm going to share my screen real quick here so I can show everybody. I had it up here somewhere. Okay. Boop. There it is. Okay, so September 12th through the 14th, we're going to Phoenix. Yes, it's going to be hot. And yes, we're going to have a lot of fun. And yes, that's where we see the big vision. And I just want to share with you a little bit about my journey in the very beginning and how Jeanette did such a fantastic job at building my belief right away. So when I came into the business, of course, I'm brand new. I hadn't even put Juice Plus in my mouth before, right? So I joined as a partner and then put my own Juice Plus order in. So some of you have done that. And then a lot of us come on later, right? After multiple exposures. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today too. But what Jeanette did so incredibly well in the beginning of my journey is she invited me to a lot of events. So the first one being she immediately invited me to JP Live because that was coming up like within a couple of weeks. And I said no, I couldn't go, but she didn't stop there, right? She got me to local events, and she did that really quickly and got them consecutively so that I had multiple exposures early on in my journey. So I want you to hear that. I want you to know that getting people multiple exposures early on in their journey is so important for building belief. So she did a fantastic job at that. And my first Big Rock event was the Branson Boot Camp. So keep inviting your people and get them those exposures so that they can build their own belief, because it can't be Juice Plus just according to you and them, right? You have to expose them to the bigger picture. So today we're going to talk about those two things. Events build belief, they build your team, And then we're going to also talk about inviting into the team. So today we have Janet. She's going to share with us. She's recently retired. She's going to share a little bit. Jeanette's going to interview her. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Jeanette, so that you can interview Janet and tell us what you're doing, Janet.
Okay, well, thanks, Carrie. Okay, I want to tell you that there's a challenge for the company to do 20 events between conferences. And our team, I mean, I'm doing it, and our team is showing up. So thank you guys for supporting me in that. I think we're at 17. So I need at least 3 more. But anyway, so thank you all for being a part of that. And we are having a challenge within our team where we would love for you guys to have 4 events by conference. So if you've already had 1 or 2, you can count those. But if you haven't had any, go ahead, jump in. 4 events. You have all of July and all of August and part of September. So we're going to award anyone that does that, and we'll give you more details on that. We're not going to be super strict. We just really want to encourage events. So when we were talking about this as NMDs, I said, I have someone that has just jumped headfirst into events without me even encouraging her or really recommending it. It's just, she just wanted to start doing it. So Janet Pystrip lives in St. Louis. She is a mother of 2 gorgeous daughters. One's married, lives here in St. Louis, and the other one lives far, far away. And I'm going to let you tell her, she can tell you where. And so Janet is a retired school teacher. She's been teaching for 34 years, even though when you see her, you're like, there's no way you could be teaching for 34 years unless you started when you were 10 years old. She is adorable, and I've had so much fun with her. And so Janet has been doing it, and I thought, well, let's bring her on and have her give us some great tips. So Janet, are you there?
Yep, I'm right here.
Awesome. Okay, so Janet has been around for a couple years. She's been a partner.
Did you get my charger?
I
couldn't find it. Emma, it's the white long cord that comes out from where we plug in the vacuum.
Okay.
I got it.
Sorry, guys. I thought I was muted.
That's okay. Okay, so Janet is recently retired, and I just wanted her to come on and share with us. I kind of lost my track there. Okay, so Janet, come on and tell us, why did you all of a sudden start having events now? Why now? And you're muted.
All right. So I started now. Well, one, because like you said, I just retired and I had kind of put things off for a while. Wish I hadn't, now that I'm jumping in and doing these events. But I really wanted to get my business going right now. So I didn't really even know about the 20 events between conferences. I just knew it was time for me to get my business going. A lot of reasons, but one of the main things was I needed to get that connection going with more people and get that communication going, and bringing people together seemed like an easy and fun way to just be able to connect with a whole group of people at one time. In fact, and it's been so fun. After one of my events, I was talking to Jeanette on the phone, and I'm like, this is so much fun. This is what you've gotten to do all these years. Like, I was totally missing out on this part of it. So I've been a partner for 4 years, and really just getting into making it a goal for myself to have more events, have more fun really with the business.
But I want to know why now.
Okay, so why now? Because my reason for doing this has really changed for me recently with some life changes. So right now I have a new financial goal, and that is to be able to travel to Australia every year because that's where my daughter's living now. And I want to be able to spend 2 to 3 months over there with her at a time when I go, because it's a huge flight. And it's very big financially too. So to help me with my financial goal, I have this new urgency to grow my business to help supplement those costs of going to Australia every year, which is part of my new lifestyle now. So that's a big part of my reason why.
And what is your financial goal? She actually has she figured out what she would love to make in order to make that flight back and forth possible at least once a year.
Yeah, so I kind of broke it down, and I would like to at least get to that $500, $500 to $600 a month mark. And then the other nice thing about this is, what you all know, but while I'm there, I'm still going to be getting that paycheck, which is awesome too. So really, to get to $500 to $600 a month would be awesome. And then, yeah, I have a longer term goal after that. But right now, my short term goal is to get to that $500 to $600 a month. And I want to do that as quickly as I can. So I've started having events.
Okay. And one more thing, while you're in Australia, also you can write part of it off, if not all of it. And do we sell Juice Plus in Australia? Raise your hand if you know the answer. So that's a really good reason also to be over there, and you can be working while you're living your best life. Okay, so I love that, Janet. It's awesome. And what made you finally, I'm gonna just jump real quick to boot camp and what you learned at boot camp. And I guess where along the way did you finally realize how important it is to have a why?
Yeah, so boot camp actually helped me realize that. I forget the speaker we were listening to, but it was when she gave us the postcards. And she wanted us to write something on our postcards. And that's when I really realized, well, I need to get to Australia. I have to be over there spending time with my daughter who's living over there. So this is my why. Like, how am I going to afford that? And that's how that all started. But really, the boot camp in general, my first big rock event, I've been a partner for 4 years and I haven't ever gone. This was my first time. And that really lit a fire under me that just gave me that confidence and said, okay, you can do this. I can do this. Hearing Julie Zilke when she said, I'll even invite people up to the last minute to a party. Well, maybe not the last minute, but maybe the day before that day, made me realize, all right, I can do that too. So I try to, think of everybody I can, but even if it's at the last minute and I'm like, oh gosh, I didn't invite this person, I'm still inviting them. So I kind of took that advice from Julie when she talked at boot camp, and I'm doing that. But honestly, I've had a couple of events, guys. I have had a little DMO planner here and it was empty. I didn't know what to put in it. Now I don't have enough pages, I feel like, to put in it, because just after a couple of small events that I've had, I have so many people to follow up with. Whether they came or not, a lot of them couldn't come, but now they want to hear more about it. And they're letting me know that because I've reached out to them that I am having an event. And they're like, oh man, I can't come, but I really want to hear more about it. When can we get together? So all of a sudden, my problem isn't who do I talk to? It's, oh my gosh, I hope I don't forget to follow up with somebody. And that's not a bad problem to have. So it's really turned around in just 1 month. I just can't tell you enough about how important it is to open your doors to events, because once you open your front door, the doors of communication with all these different people you're going to start having all these conversations with, it's like the 4th of July. It just goes kaboom. It's amazing. I love it.
Nice. Yeah, because like you said, if you invite them even last minute, hey, I'm having people over in an hour or two. But what it does is, they're probably going to say no, like Julie said, but they're like, but what is it? Maybe I can come to the next one. Tell me more. Or, I'll follow up with you afterwards and we'll try to, I'll let you know what's happening next time.
Yep.
So I also want to say real quick, like, what kind of events are you having? And I know you're being very creative and I love it. So that real quick, what kind of events are you having?
So I started off with having a like jump into summer and summer skin kind of event, taking care of our skin. And so it was really a beauty on the inside and out event. And then my next event was yoga and gut health. And so we had a little yoga class, and then we really just had a lot of small conversations going about gut health. But the thing I've realized the most is, as creative as I try to be and prepare and plan for what I want to share, it usually doesn't ever turn out that way. It really is the conversations during the event that guide the event itself. It's the questions they have that you want to talk about, and that's where the event just naturally goes. So you can plan and prepare, and I kind of do, because I guess being a teacher, that's what's in me. But I don't always follow through with all of that, unless it leads to that. Sometimes I may talk 2 minutes about what I thought I was going to talk about, and the rest of the time we're just talking about what they are curious about, what they want to know.
Okay, beautiful. Very last thing, just take a few seconds. What have you learned since having events and you've waited all these years? What do you wish now?
I definitely wish I wouldn't have waited this long to start having events, because it is so much easier and a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. I really felt like with my full-time job, I was just going to give myself more work and more stress. And that would not be the case at all. Keep it simple, keep it easy. You don't have to have your house perfect. And I know people have said that before, but until you start doing it, you're like, oh yeah, they don't care. They don't care that there's a little dust on the shelves, or, you don't have to have a huge spread of food for them or any of that. A little stuff goes a long way with the events. So yeah, I wish I wouldn't have waited so long, because I think I could have probably already achieved the goal that I'm going after right now. I could have achieved that a long time ago. So yeah, just have fun and keep it simple. Oh, and another thing I've definitely learned is that, and I know I've heard this, but until you experience it yourself, I think it's like, okay, now I get it. That we shouldn't decide for other people. We can't read their minds or decide for them. And what I mean is, when I've invited people and I'm like, I'm just gonna invite this person, they probably won't come, and then they come, and then you're like, they're not gonna order because whatever is in my mind telling me, and then they order. And so some of the most least suspecting people completely end up surprising me with this. And then also you have people who are saying, oh, I'm going to tell my relative about this, or my neighbor, or my friend. And suddenly I'm looking at this now, not only as building a bigger customer base for myself, but I'm also looking at it as laying the groundwork to build a bigger team. So yeah, it's just been great.
I love it. All right, back to you, Carrie Brummett. You're awesome, Janet. Round of applause for Janet.
Wow, wow, wow.
Thank you.
That's so amazing, Janet. I am so proud of you for just jumping in and doing it yourself. So here's the thing. Here's my challenge for you on this call and or for you watching the recording is that can you and will you take that challenge of 4 events? I'm going to share my screen real quick. Okay, so here it is. Whoops. Here it is. The company is doing this, but also we're going to reward those that have 4 more events. So what will happen? Here's what Janet's already said. Your business will grow. You will have more impact on more lives. And so you're going to get that recognition. So can you, even if you are brand new, even if you don't live in town, here's a bunch of resources for different kinds of events. And they're so easy. And Janet said, keep it simple. So can you jump on the phone with your upline and just plan a couple of events? And we even have so many recorded events. So anybody can do this. Janet, way to go. I'm so proud of you. And I know you're
And
gonna
she
do
just
that.
qualified her business.
Okay, well, here's the perfect segue into letting Emily share with us for the rest of the time. Is that Janet said when she ended, okay, so now I'm looking at now that she's had these events and she's invited people and she's talking and those people are talking, she's like, now I'm thinking about expanding my team. So here's the second part. When you start to fill your pipeline, right, full of people who are getting excited about the product, who are becoming raving fans, who are already sharing with their people, you want to invite them into your team. And Kurt Beaver says, if you never bring up the business, you will never get team members. You will only have customers. So always, always, always share the opportunity. Like Janet said, you can't make up people's mind for them. So we have this second challenge for the summer. That's U+2 build a crew. And you can type in the chat if you've added a new partner or you're working on that. We talked about it as an NMD group, which we always talk on Mondays. And we discovered that our Emily Otten has done the U+2 Builds a Crew both in May and June. I've sponsored one. I think Jeanette and Julie have all sponsored, but she has done the 2 and 2. And so we're going to have her share with us about what you're doing, Emily. We want to know. Come on and share with us.
Hello. Okay. Well, first of all, Janet, that was amazing. I just loved, I mean, you shared so many great golden nuggets that, don't distract me. My brain's already fried. Yeah, congratulations. I love that. I feel like sometimes we get in our head about like where to start, but now that you're in and you get momentum, you're like, oh my gosh, why did I wait so long? And that goes with anything. So when the company put out the U+2 Build a Crew challenge, for some reason, my brain just lit up and I was like, I can wrap my head around that. I know there are people that I've been needing to introduce Partner Plus to and offer the business to, but having that little bit of incentive was exciting for me to go help other people. So it was the perfect opportunity, which I know I've been in this business for 10.5 years, you guys. So this was a good kind of opportunity for me to reset, look at, I think between Adam and I want to say we have like 60 to 70 customers depending on the month. And while that's amazing, I know that there are raving fans in there. I know that there are people in there that love their Juice Plus. And I just haven't offered them the business, or I haven't offered it back to them recently. Maybe in the beginning, I mentioned it and they said, no, not right now. But we know that a no doesn't have to always be a no. It just means no, not right now. So I'm going to kind of go back and touch on what Janet said too about, I feel like she has this clear, she has action because she got the clear vision, right? She's like, I want to go to Australia, or is it New Zealand? Australia. She got this clear vision and then she's able to go put action behind it because she's excited. And I feel like that's all of us. It doesn't have to be that big of a goal, but what is your vision? So kind of ironic, but also great timing that I had sent Carrie this wall of Post-its that I put in my dining room because I lost my office when we had Olivia. It's nursery now, which I'm so grateful. But in my dining room and like the most underneath my thermostat, I put a wall full of Post-its of some, I think I put like 10 new customers I wanted to get between now and Phoenix, but more importantly, partner pluses that I wanted to sponsor, new QSCs that I wanted to sponsor. I want to add some new qualifiers on our team. And I told myself every time I would get one, I would take the Post-it down. And my goal is between now and Phoenix to have as many of those Post-its off the wall. And then a few weeks after I had sent that video to Carrie, the company announced this U+2 Build a Crew. So for me, I kind of already had that vision. The financial goal was adding some extra income to my paycheck to be able to pay off some more debt. Adam and I are looking to move in the near future, and we want to pay off as much debt as possible, student loans, our car, and some miscellaneous things. And so this was like, I had this vision, I had this excitement, and then the company put out an incentive. And so it just gave me more of an incentive to take action. And so in the month of May, I had 2 new partner pluses, which I'm going to share. I know it's already 12/27. I'm going to share what am I doing to obviously attract that, communicate that. And like I said, after 10.5 years in the business, I'm still doing the same things today that I did when I was a year into my business, just graduated and wanted to really lean into this business full time. But in the month of May, I added 2 new partner pluses, I think maybe 1 under Adam, and gave between Adam and I's paycheck about a $500 pay raise in the month of May, which was, we got the paycheck in June. And then last month that we just got paid from a couple of days ago, it wasn't quite $500, but it was definitely a little bit of a raise again. And then the Juice Plus company added another extra direct deposit from the U+2 Build a Crew. So I'm just so grateful that this business allows me to be home with Olivia, but also add more income to our budget, because I don't know about you guys, but with just life and expenses and how everything's going up in price, I always say it's way easier to go make an extra $500 than to try to find $500 in your budget to move around or save. So it's easier to go make 500 than to save 500. And I think this opportunity is so awesome. So what I've done is these DMO worksheets. I know I've shared about them before, but I think these actual physical worksheets, you guys, were printed in like 2017. And I randomly found a folder when I was moving stuff out of my dad's house the other day. I was like, oh my gosh, these are perfect. So I put the month and the week in the top right-hand corner. I don't have the fancy DMO journal like Janet does, but that is a great one too. So do whatever works for you. And I just have the names on here. I mean, the DMO is 2 new people, 2 follow-ups, 2 customers, 2 team members. What events are you planning in for? But what I've shifted to in the last couple months with this incentive is on the back, I've been writing out the names that are shipping out. So my customer shipping out, which we've always talked about this, but I'm actually doing it. Imagine that. What customers are shipping out, not only direct to me, but on my team. I need to kind of help some of my team re-engage on like, they're probably looking at their customer shipping out, but I can lock arms with them and help them like, hey, have you mentioned the business to Megan? This is her, she's been on Juice Plus for 2 years. Oh my gosh, no, how do I do that? So I'm kind of getting more in the trenches with my team and helping them offer the Partner Plus opportunity to these customers. So people reshipping direct to me and also on my team. I've been able to catch, and so then I had 2 new Partner Pluses again in June, and I've been able to catch people who already had like $500 points in restart. So I've been able to catch, you can actually catch anytime a customer's order shipping out, they can use those points of their reship towards their Partner Plus. So I have some verbiage that I'm happy to share, but I just kind of explain that in a really simple way to customer shipping out. So I print my DMO worksheets. I look at customer shipping out. Another thing is I've been going back to the names and connections of the events that I've done over the last year. I have hosted over 20 sourdough workshops over the last year, 15 to 20. And I have so many names in the pipeline. So going back to those people, this isn't just all magically happening. This is going back and following up, which I know Janet talked a lot about all of this already. And then just using like voice messages so people can hear my voice when I follow up, when I'm inviting to events, when I'm, talking about anything. I try to use my voice as much as possible because people can hear my excitement. And I'm going to end with this thing. Carrie, I don't know if you can give me access to share my screen. Do you know how to do that?
Yeah, hold on.
So speaking of using my voice, and really just, I think people can hear your excitement. It's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. And I'm excited about this incentive right now. I'm excited about helping other people achieve Partner Plus, because we know that Partner Plus might be the first step, and it might feel so easy to us that have been in this for so long. But I believe it is the most important piece. Number one, it gives people a success. It gives people a win of like, oh my gosh, I can do this. Like, it feels so exciting to get your first promotion. But then also we know that any promotion past there is all built on Partner Pluses under it. So it's like the building block of our business. But when I say people can feel what you're saying, this post yesterday by Kristen Boss is so good. It says, what makes people's purchase? And it says, your audience will purchase from the person who is most confident in their selling. Hear me out. This is because people want to feel certain about their purchases. And when they see confidence, they feel certain about the result that is being promised to them. People don't just buy the words you put out there. They can feel the energy behind the words. If you are thinking, I'm not confident, that's not a problem. It's not a problem because confidence is something you can create, grow, and nurture within yourself. The fastest way to build confidence is taking action, Janet, when you are feeling afraid, showing up when you are scared, and doing the thing. If you can't be confident in yourself, start by being confident with your desire to genuinely help people. Be confident in your ability to help people. Get the focus off of yourself and start thinking of the people you desire to impact and serve. And then she said you could comment the words for 15 phrases. And I will pop this in the chat right here, but it says 15 phrases that you can use in conversation. And then this is the last thing. I know we're going over where, oh, here's the chat thing. Everything looks different on Zoom today. Must be an update. Okay, it says, I just popped it in the chat. 15 words you can use to convey confidence to your audience. The words, I know, I can, I will, definitely, absolute, you will, together we will, you can have, you will get, this is the answer you've been looking for. This is the solution for you. I know exactly how you feel. It's simple, the outcome you want, and I can help you. And another one I want to add to this that Christine Averill is huge on, one of our upline leaders, is the words, I believe. Like starting a sentence with, I believe. I believe the best option for your family is the Healthy Starts. I believe that this Partner Plus is, you know, so achievable because, so just conveying confidence. I mean, I feel like we all go in ebbs and flows of having confidence and then needing to lean on the confidence of others. I can't tell you how many times I've called Carrie and Jeanette and Casey over the years of just needing like 10 seconds of encouragement or 10 seconds of confidence because mine was lost in the midst of things. And so lean on your sponsors, lean on your people, and find confidence in some way, shape, or form. And I feel like for me personally, my personality, I do that best when I can use my voice and people can hear my heart. And then I also remember showing up on social media, I believe is such a great investment of my time because not only am I connecting with new people, but my customers and my partners that are already on my reports are seeing my stuff and it builds their belief, even if it's in the micro moments of things that I share, I'm building belief and I'm stacking those blocks. So that's what I have to share. I am so excited about this incentive. I have this month and next month to get 2 more Partner Pluses. So 4 total, and it's definitely going to be a little bit more of a stretch this month. So I'm grateful for the accountability, but it's definitely stretched me and gotten me back to the basics, the DMO and people shipping out.
Yeah, girl. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So who can do that? Who can do what
Anybody.
Emily's doing? Anybody. Who can do what Janet's doing? Anybody. Any of us. Okay. So the call to action is get your 4 events on your calendar, make your list, get with your upline if you need ideas and whatever, get on boards. Okay. Schedule it. Your calendar is your boss. So schedule it and start inviting. And then number 2 is get with your upline sponsor, do a coaching call, get the genealogy report out, start tracking your customers that are shipping out, get your dream team list going on. That was another thing Jeanette did with me right away because she knew I wanted to build a paycheck and build a business and help more people. So we did a dream team. Who's on your dream team? Who are your 5 people? Get those people's names down on a piece of paper. I don't think, if you've never talked to them about Juice Plus, it doesn't matter. Start today, okay? Okay, so that's our 2 call to actions. I love it. Thank you for hanging with us. Emily, Janet, you guys are doing the do, and I'm so proud of you. It inspires me. Okay, thank you, everyone. Have a good week. Now, next week, come back and bring your friends because we're going to talk about duplication and how that gets really fun and really exciting when you help others do what we do. Okay, talk to you